Hey everybody, it's Tuesday, August 29th, and this is C-Note, and welcome to the C-Note Audio Extravaganza! That's too much energy for this early, sorry. I tried, and I just couldn't do it. Sorry. I know some people are like, you're such a downer, you're always like talking like you're tired. I'm like, because I'm tired. That's real. I can't be like, up here! I just can't keep it up. I can't do that. That sounds like a sexual dysfunction. But nope, pill can't fix that. I mean, maybe a pill can, I guess. I don't know. It can make you just talk like this all the time. But if there was a pill that made you talk like an evangelist all the time, or like a TV, like a QVC person, like, hey, come check out this product. Everything looks really great. Only $2.99. I'd be like, oh God. Oh, that would be terrible. Like, I'm so glad that sort of tone is reserved for specifically TV personalities and radio. Because I feel like if somebody spoke to me like that in person, or if I heard somebody go up to the barista at Starbucks and was like, can I get a venti iced tea, please? It's like too much. I can't handle it. I would be dead. Oh God, I'm so tired. I don't know where that came from, but that felt pretty good. That's a good start to a day, a stupid joke. That's how I live my life, one stupid joke at a time. So, welcome to the C-Note Audio Extravaganza, a podcast that I can't post because Anchor's broken, but they're trying to fix it, so I sound snarky, but I'm communicating. I almost said commuting. I am actively commuting, but I am communicating back and forth with Anchor to fix that. Essentially what's going on is I'm trying to post an episode and it will select other episodes before I hit publish, so that when I preview it, it will show like it'll include other segments that aren't included in my intended podcast, including some songs, which I think is extra weird. So I should probably include that in my emails to them to try to figure out what is going on. I'm guessing one thing that might have corrupted things is that I had my theme song is an old archived post, and basically what happened was Danger, my dear Danger, which I haven't listened to in a while. I apologize. She's great. Go check her out. DAYNGR. She echoed my theme song, and after she echoed it, it went to the archive. So instead of going through my archive, I decided to go to the one that she posted and re-echoed that onto my station as my theme song, because it was kind of easier. I just went through the notifications, picked it, and then echoed it instead of scrolling down and trying to find it. And I'm thinking maybe doing that, something to do with that, maybe screwed something up. Not really sure, but that could be what's going on. So I'm actually gonna not use my theme song this morning, which is lame. I'll just do one of the interludes or something, and let that kind of expire, quote unquote. Try to post this podcast this morning and see if that works, see if that helps anything. So I don't know. Anchor problems, Anchor life. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about sleep and rest. Rest specifically. Sleep is more like a part of it, but rest and how important it is in professional life, really in any kind of day-to-day life. Rest in terms of you just kind of not going 100% all the time. Like, you can still work, you can still think about projects, you can still talk to people, you can still do things, but like, I don't care how cool you think you are, you can't go 100% all the time. You're not Gary Vee. As much as everyone wants to be Gary Vee and pretend to curse like it's natural to them, but it's absolutely not. Have you ever seen those keynotes where a dude will come up to the podium and just be like, yeah, Gary, I'm just living my life, and they're like, all right, you just do not sound like a person that naturally curses. Like, cut it out. Stop trying to be cool. It's just don't stop. And there's like the hustle life, and everyone's like, no sleep till Brooklyn and all that stuff. It's like, actually, you know what? I'll play that song instead of my theme song. We'll do that. That'll be fun. But anyway, let's talk about rest. I'll break it down for the next few segments. Let's go. All right. Almost had an anchor scare. I was worried this wouldn't post. It's just I'm living on the edge here with this Anchor app. I love it, but sometimes I can't always tell if something posted correctly. I know there's a little purple line. Sometimes it doesn't show. And then sometimes I refresh my feed just to make sure it posted so that I can start posting the next thing, and the thing doesn't come up. And then I wanted to choke something. Anyway, this guy in the truck in front of me has a sticker on his car that says pickled eggs, $1. No phone number, just a little picture of pickled eggs. Looks like pickles. And like a caricature of a naked woman next to it. Slower traffic, keep right on there, and then some sort of sports team. I can't even tell. Looks like college. So what am I supposed to do if I want pickled eggs? Do I just do I honk and pull you over and knock on your window and, hey, you got that pickled egg? Let me get that pickled egg. Yo, Hondy, put that pickled egg in my hands. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was about. Anyway, I'm like ADD to the extreme today. It's real nuts. Oh, that's a nice picture. I should take that picture. But nope, I'm busy talking. Hi, guys. So, anyway, yes, rest. Rest is super important. Rest and staying focused is super important. Rest in the sense that you need to find time to just kind of slow down. You know, you need to, you gotta stop what you're doing. You need to recalibrate. You need to refocus. You need to refigure out what you're doing. I don't know why I'm doing an Obama voice all of a sudden. You need to find the right things to do in your life. You need to rest. You need to slow yourself down and make sure you put your head on that pillow so that you could be a good American. That was actually not terrible. Yay for me and impressions. Okay, so I wanted to talk about sleep first because sleep is super important. I'm actually filling a lot of time because I feel like I can blow through this topic pretty quickly. So I don't know, just being stupid. Anyway, sleep is super important, and sleep is funny because there's so many people out there, so many quote unquote entrepreneurs who are like hustling and living the life and putting sneakers on their Instagram and saying like, I don't sleep. I'm like, well, you probably don't get shit done because sleep is super important. I strive to get at least 7 or 8 hours of sleep every night. Don't care. That one extra hour is not going to make a difference to me because I am the type of person, now this is going to be different for everybody. Maybe you do have an abnormal energy level. I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to people who are just like, I gotta keep busy. I gotta be in front of my laptop with hazy eyes and still pressing buttons. Like, no, you have to be at your peak and focused when you're rested and ready and in the moment. So sacrificing an hour's sleep maybe is not the best idea. I would say you could sacrifice up to 2 hours of sleep, meaning get at least 6 hours at minimum. And that's like if you're a younger person or rather, you know, if you're somebody that just can handle. It's not really a question of youth because teenagers need like 12, 14, 17, 75 hours of sleep. So that's a totally different ball game. But many people feel like they could go with lesser sleep. So if you're in a dire financial situation and you do feel like you need to put in the extra work, sure, take the extra hour. But I think in most cases, most people would be fine with getting enough sleep and just making sure that you're planning and finding the right moments to execute when you are awake and really giving your all when you are awake and not just sacrificing the extra hour because you spent the rest of the day watching Netflix. Like, that's not how that works. If you're filling every hour of the day with something and you want to continue to do that, maybe that's a different story. But even then, probably sleep is even more important as a result of that. So, on the next one, I kind of want to talk about rest throughout the day and finding those moments. Again, it's about knowing yourself and self-awareness, but we're going to talk about it in broad strokes here. Broad strokes. Is there a button on Anchor to just like wipe the slate clean? I think that would be kind of interesting. Like if I wanted to start over every day, if I wanted it to reset at a certain time, like I post as much as I want in 24 hours, but if I wanted it to reset at 8 a.m. so that the first thing that someone hears is this podcast, me talking this morning, I wonder if there's a thing in there. If not, it should be there. Anyway, I have a really terrible joke that I'm not sure that I want to tell. It's not, well, I'll figure that out later. Because it's a little sensitive. It's not like a bad joke, it just requires, there's a little bit of stereotyping. So, I don't know, there's a fine line there. I don't think I want to touch that. If you want to hear the joke, give me a call in, and I'll tell you the joke, personally. But it's really good. It's not like blatantly like demoralizing or terrible or anything like that. It's just, I don't even want to accidentally offend somebody, so we're not going to go there. But if you want to hear it, sure. Especially if you're of different demographics, I would love to hear your perspective on the joke and tell me if it's terrible, and I'll never tell it again. So, anyway, what was I talking about? Nothing really in particular. I've been talking about rest, and you know, for me, rest is super important throughout the day. I take a lot of breaks, and it almost looks like I'm never working. Ever since I've become a salaried employee, life has made much more sense to me, because like the whole like clocking in, clocking out, sitting in front of the thing and having to work for 4 hours straight and being looked at and watched, and that sucks. I literally take like 3 hours off during my work day. I take a good long breaks in between my day. So I really take 3 long breaks. Like I come in, I'll do like 2 hours of solid work, which includes like setting meetings and planning and talking to people and figuring things out. And then I'll go off maybe around, I don't know, 10:30, 11, and take a good half hour to an hour break. Break meaning I kind of just go work on my own personal stuff or have discussions with people that I need to have discussions with. Figure out some plans, some life stuff. And for me, resting is extra important because I'm lucky enough to be a visual thinker. So I can literally play through the construction of a Photoshop file in my head. It's kind of a cool, like, superpower. It feels like a superpower. And I'm pretty lucky to have that. Hashtag blessed. If you want to go there. But if you've ever watched like a Photoshop tutorial on YouTube and you watch it at like 2 times speed, that's kind of how my head goes. It's just like clicking through windows and figuring out, like, taking images that I like, or like really the idea of an image, maybe not a specific one, but kind of working out like a general, like a silhouette of a girl in front of a thing, and then I put the thing and I put the text here and you do that. So I always have like a general idea. It's like maybe 75% of something that I could actually do, and then the rest of it kind of relies on, so I could have an idea that I come up with while I'm like chilling out and resting, and then when I go back to the computer I can knock it out, or at least get close to that layout based on what I worked out in my head, instead of like aimlessly clicking around and, you know, trying to figure something out. I just feel like I can do it faster in my head. So that's kind of why I go and take breaks and work that out. Same thing for video editing. I sort of replay the timeline over and over in my head, figure out where all the pieces go, the timing, the beats. Sometimes I'll listen to the music while I'm out on my breaks and think about the key beats that I want to hit when I'm doing that stuff. So for me, my job doesn't necessarily always require me being in front of the computer, and that's deliberate. I've been sitting in front of the computer since I was 10 years old. So my first screen name was Money 11. So I was 11 years old, and I was like, give me that money, bro. So that was me when I was 11. My first AIM screen name, Money 11. I don't even know if that still it probably does not exist, because I don't know if AIM still exists. Do people still use AOL Instant Messenger? Is that a thing? I don't know. Anyway, rest is super important throughout the day, because you're managing your energy throughout the day. You got to be on point, you know, and sometimes that requires pulling yourself away. I think this need to feel busy or to look busy is often irresponsible if you're not actually doing something, like sitting there and clicking away and just tap, 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 tap. That's not useful.
if you've been dying to start that podcast about doves, or about your favorite jacket, or about a long-lost love, or a murder mystery about a cat who murdered everybody, you can start it now on Spotify for podcasters. I've been on Anchor for a long time, and now it is officially Spotify for podcasters, and it has been a platform that has been growing for forever. And I love it, and I still use it to this day, and it has hosted this podcast for 500 plus episodes now. So I highly recommend it. It is free to use. Spotify for podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. I'm literally on my bed recording on my, the phone is on the bed, and I'm just talking, and it's not that complicated. And then you can distribute your podcast on Spotify and everywhere else that podcasts are heard. So video podcasts are available too if you want to show your pretty face and have people see you. And you can do all that too. So just do it. It's totally free, no catch. Give it a try. Spotify for podcasters. Let's go.
Somehow I used all of my data on my phone plan, so I'm currently in the throttled data media, the data thing. Maybe that's affecting my podcast posting, but I don't know. That's been like that for a little while, and it only just started Friday, so I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, I also wanted to point out that one of my favorite jokes at work is you remember that shoes video, the viral YouTube video? It was probably one of the first viral YouTube videos where he's like, let's get some shoes. There was one of my favorite jokes at work is every once in a while we'll think about things that we should get at work. Yesterday we were talking about the fluorescent lighting is intense, and I always get a headache from it, which is another reason why I take breaks. I feel like it's responsible for me to take breaks to make sure I'm not getting a headache, and again, being at my best when I am sitting and working. So we were thinking about hey, we should get an umbrella, and they're like, yes, we should get some umbrellas. And I'm like, let's get them. And everybody, whenever we do that, everybody in unison is like, let's get them. And it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite things in the world. It's so stupid. It's amazing. But everyone at work is pretty jokey, and we like to stop and have a good time and talk, and we allow ourselves that room to be human and be ourselves and have a good time. I think that's part of rest, being able to give yourself the freedom to have that time. But that freedom comes with being so good in the moments that you're focused. So it really is a matter of practice and honing your skills and making sure that you're good. So that, for me, I take a lot of breaks. I talk to people all the time. I do all the things. But when I sit down, I am on it. I am a keyboard shortcut machine. I have everything super organized. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing when I sit down. I'm not aimlessly clicking and wandering around. So I'm very focused in the moments when I need to be focused. It's almost like I'm exchanging minimal focus for time and hyper focus. I think that made some sort of sense. No, that didn't really make sense. That's kind of hard to follow. Sorry. I know sometimes I'm a little hard to follow. Words get jumbled. I feel like Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, though he's actively dyslexic as a character. I just jumble my words sometimes and think that I know what I'm saying when I really don't. I know what I want to say, but it doesn't always come out right. But anyway, I'm kind of exchanging time for focus, I guess. I think I just said the same thing and it still doesn't make any sense. I'm sure you follow what I'm trying to say. Basically, I'm putting all of my effort into the fewer hours of the day, giving 100% as opposed to 50%, or pretending to click around, or pretending to work, pretending to look like I'm doing something, and just kind of wasting away. Because those are the moments where I feel like I want to die. Not in a jokey way, but in a mental health kind of way, because there's a reason I do so much in life. And this is going to be a bad downer for a second, but, that's life. The reason I have so many things that I want to do, and Personally Borderline talks about creating a list of things to kind of keep you sort of present and alive in a sense. For me, I kind of always done that as well. That's why I have so many projects. That's why I have so many things. That's why I have so much stuff that I do. That's why I'm so good at what I do, because it keeps me alive. So when I'm idle and I'm not doing anything and I feel like I'm stuck, and I feel like I'm just kind of staring and not being useful, those are the moments when like the evil creeps in. I wouldn't say evil, it's not an inherently evil thing, but when the stuff that I don't want to creep in starts to creep in. So I gotta find things to either fill the space or go take a rest and focus on friends or people or my projects and just take a different approach, relax. And for me also, I'm a bit of an introvert, still kind of figuring that out because I think there's plenty of me that's also an extrovert, but I do lose my energy from being around people when I don't want to be around them. So it's, rest for me is important for being social. It's important for being a professional. And that's ultimately what it is. If I can do one thing, say one thing, getting enough rest is the professional thing to do. With that, I'm going to end this episode. I would love to hear your call-ins. Please call into the station on Anchor or drop me a line at Rival My Design on all of my social channels. Hi, my name is Christian.com, and I will talk to you next time. Obama will talk to you next time. That was bad.